What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on Buy Sell Cars TV. We're back again, Blackbush Car Auction, and we're picking up this Volkswagen Golf 1.6 FSI. I purchased this a couple of days ago. I bought it online, so again, it's a completely blind purchase. But I want to share with you the process again, guys, and talk you through the bodywork, talk you through the interior, take you for a drive, and just talk about any potential problems I'm going to have on this car. And more importantly, what I'm going to need doing to this car to get it ready for sale. So let's get into the video, guys, and I'm going to talk you through the bodywork now. So let's start with the bodywork. Ignore that it's quite dirty at the moment, especially over at the front, but we've had another sandstorm, whatever it is. But let's start with the condition of the car. Bit of a dent over here on the wing. Again, nothing really too major. It comes down to the price of the car, guys. You know, especially when you're selling an older car, people aren't necessarily as fussed with certain things because it's more about the reliability of what's under there and especially the price point of the car. But let's carry on anyway. Moving down the driver's side, all looks pretty good. Again, just in filthy condition because of the weather. All looks pretty good over here. As we go to the back, the first thing you're going to notice is rear wiper is missing. Very, very common on Volkswagen Golfs and Audi A3s that the rear wipers tend to stop working. So someone's probably just taken that off because it was not working. As we go over to this side as well, as you can see, it's in pretty good condition. A few little dinks over here, like little creases down here, nothing major. Overall, guys, for an age of this car being a 55 plate, I think it's in pretty good condition. Like I say, when you consider the value of the car as well, you know, people do tend to neglect cars as they get a bit older, but overall it's in pretty good condition. Once we get it tidied up and valeted, I think it will look quite good. Apart from the front wing, which I may or may not get sorted. Let's see how it goes once we get the car home. But overall, first impressions, bodywork, thumbs up. As we go into the interior of the car, as you can see, it is in pretty dirty condition. The seats really could do with a valet. The carpets, it's not a very nice place to sit at the moment, but again, it's all just cosmetics. It's not something which is damaged. All of these can just be rectified from a good old valet. But overall, as you can see, there's no really any major rips or tears to the interior, so I'm still pretty pleased about it. Like I say, things like this don't scare me. It's all things which can just be changed from a valet, as I keep saying, and you'll get to see that at the end of the video, the transformation of a valet from what the current condition is now to what it will be. Moving into the back of the car as well, same situation, to be honest. It's not as bad, but again, you can see there's quite a few sort of stains on the upholstery over here. So yeah, definitely going to get this car dropped off to the valeters. Very important. It will make a huge difference. It really adds a lot of value as well, and especially for the money it's going to cost, around £40–50 to get this done. I really do think that will be money well spent. Right, ignition's on, clutch down, let's go for it. Right, engine sounds good, everything sounds great. If you're wondering what that noise was, I believe it was coming from the stereo, and it sounded like maybe a CD's jammed. Okay, that's what it is. Ignore that, I'm not too fussed about that. We can get that sorted potentially, something's jammed in there. But engine sounds great, I'm very happy. Nice rev, everything's good, no lights on the dash. Right, so thumbs up for the engine so far, but what I'm going to do is go out, check the engine oil, check the water, set the cameras up, and then we're going to carry on this video on the way back. So I'll see you in a second, guys. Typical English weather, and as I've gone to do the filming, it's starting to rain. So let's get straight into this part of the video. First impressions of this car. I'll be honest, it drives really nice, especially for the age and mileage of the car. It's done 109,000 miles. It's a 2005 car, but it drives pretty nice. You know, there are a few little rattles you can hear coming through the interior of the car, but little rattles you can hear coming through the interior, but as expected, nothing out of the ordinary. But first impressions, it seems really good. Brakes feel nice, gearbox feels great. Clutch is slightly on more of the higher end than I would have liked, but again, it's all relative to the mileage of the car. You know, it may have been replaced in the past, the clutch already, but not saying that the clutch is, you know, completely knackered. It's far from it. It's just more on the higher end. I do really love a Golf. You know, I always say that Golfs are fantastic cars. Everyone compares things to a Golf, don't they? Because they're great value for money cars, very reliable, very well built as well. Especially now, you know, where used car prices have gone up massively, they still represent great value. You know, you can pick yourself up a nice 2005 Golf for £2,000. Yeah, I know about 18 months ago they probably were about £1,000, but times have changed. You know, used car prices have gone up massively, and even still at £2,000, it represents great value. A couple of things that are going to need doing to this car. Obviously, you've seen from the outside, you know, it needs a very good clean. Same for the inside, it needs a deep, thorough valet. Really needs to be refreshened inside. You know, as you can see, really has been neglected inside, shall I say. It's quite a shame. You do tend to see quite a lot of cars when you're buying them into stock. People just don't like to look after the car from the inside. You know, I always like things to be nice and clean. I don't want to drive a dirty car. But yeah, everyone's different. Not too much of a concern. It's going to be fixed, like I say, getting a valet done. So that's one of the things that will be getting done to this car. Another thing that I need to get done is a service for this car. So it hasn't been serviced for the last 2 years, I believe. So going to get a service done on the car. At the same time, the handbrake feels a little bit like it needs tightening, so it's quite high. So I'm going to get that done at the same time, make sure it's nice and ready for its next customer. And bodywork wise, I don't think I'm going to go for any repairs on the dents, just because of the value of the car and the type of car it is. It's not really economical to get it done. You know, it's personal preference. Whoever buys the car may want to get it done in their ownership, but from a business point of view, it doesn't make economical sense for me to get that done. I would rather focus on getting the car mechanically roadworthy rather than focus on the cosmetic things. I think that's more important when you are selling a car at this price bracket. Like I say, a car like this is going to be sort of around the 2,000 mark, maybe a tad below, around 2,000. So you really want to focus on the roadworthiness and the mechanical sides of things on this car. Sure, another reason why I absolutely love these Golfs, specifically the 1.6 FSI engines, even the 2-litre FSI, they're so quiet on idle. You know, whenever you have a customer come to look at the car, they're always shocked at how quiet the car is. You know, I had it before where I sold an Audi A3 and the engine was running and we were talking outside of the car. And the young lad, he didn't even realise the car was running because they really are that smooth of an engine. So good thing is, you know, if you are looking at a Volkswagen Golf or an A3 1.6 FSI, if the engine sounds quite rattly or noisy, you know that's not a good one. So if an FSI engine from this specific model should sound silent when it's on idle. So that's why I love these cars. They're just well-built cars, very, very well built, and they're just very, very reliable. Another good point about these 1.6 FSI engines is that they're chain driven. So when you are buying it, it's not really another risk factor, because when you're buying from auction, you don't know if the cam belt's been replaced or when it's been replaced. So you don't need to worry about that when you're looking at 1.6 FSI engines. It's a peace of mind knowing it's chain driven. And like I say, they're just very reliable cars. Not really a crazy amount of things that go wrong with these cars. Coil packs sometimes need replacing, but things like that, it's not a big expense. So yeah, again, thumbs up in terms of reliability as well. One of the things which I noticed on the MOT advisory was that a wheel bearing was slightly noisy. Now, in the car, I've had wheel bearings go wrong. I've had wheel bearings need replacing before on Volkswagen Golfs and Audi A3s. Obviously, they share the same parts. And it was a lot noisier. You know, this one, I can't even tell. If I didn't, you know, if it wasn't on the MOT, I wouldn't have probably even picked up on it, to be honest. So I will still look at getting it done if it needs doing, because it was on the last MOTs. You know, another one's due in 6 months. So if it needs doing, I'll get it done, but I'll get the mechanic to have a good look at the car, give it an inspection before it gets put up for sale anyway. Because whatever needs doing to the car, I like to get it done, because it just makes it easier for me and for the customer. You know, I'm less likely to have any unhappy customers, and the customer's going to be happy knowing that the car's been brought up to scratch, ready for sale. So it's very important to get an inspection done on the car, because it just saves yourself time as well. You know, you don't want to sell a car and get a comeback from a customer. It's just going to, you know, waste your own time as well. So you're better off getting things done properly. And when you are spending money on a car, it's only adding value. It's not necessarily eating into your margin. Unless you're buying a car and it's, you know, it's an absolute lemon and it's going to cost you a fortune, of course, then you're going to be eating into your profit margin. But I like to think things I do to the car is going to add value and just makes it more of an attractive proposition for someone looking to buy a car. So car's going to get inspected, get ready for sale. So that's about it really for this car. You know, like I say, it's a bit of a quick video, to be honest, but up until this point, things have gone really well. Car seems pretty good condition-wise, it's not too bad. Doesn't need a major repairs or doing on the car. Like I say, just servicing the handbrake, potentially the wheel bearings. So really and truly, overall impressions of this purchase, fantastic. I'm very, very happy about this one. What I'll do is as well, I'll get a couple of shots of the car for the before and afters to show you things such as the interior and the exterior, the difference the Valet really makes. So I'll pop those onto the screen now so you get an idea of the difference it makes. And as you can see, it really does make a world of a difference, and it adds a lot of value. I think a Valet, to be honest with you, is probably the best thing you could do to a car to really enhance it, because first impressions make such a difference on a car. You know, when you're watching this video and you're looking at this car, you're probably thinking it looks a bit tired, interior is not very clean, it doesn't give you a good first impression. But you know, as a trader, you have to look beneath that and look through the dirt of the car to see what's the condition of the car like. And as you've seen now with the before and afters, it makes an absolute tremendous difference on the car and really does add a lot of value. So I think it's money well worth spending. But on that note, guys, I'm going to head back home. I'm going to end this video here. Thanks so much for watching again. I hope you do like these videos of me picking up cars from auctions, because you know, I try to give you a really good insight of what it is like from buying cars from auctions. Hopefully I don't get any bad cars, but you know, it sometimes might be a good thing, because you get to see when things don't always go to plan. Overall, I'm happy about these purchases I've done. I've done videos in the past to show you what to look out for when you are buying cars to prevent yourself from buying a bad one. Click here to watch that video. So it will just show you, you know, things to look out for and how I go about deciding on the sort of stock I'm looking to buy. So check that video out. But I hope you've enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm going to see you on the next one. Take care, guys.